Hey guys, welcome back. Like I said, I went out today. I really didn't pick up anything. There was nothing really that interested me at any of the stores, except I stopped at Shoppers, and they had this there now for $21. So I figured, why not, right? You know what it is from the title, but I'm not going to hold you in suspense or anything. It's Boss Orange Man, Boss Hugo Boss. Now I've heard it being called Boss Man Orange, Boss Man, uh, Hugo Boss Orange. So whatever, look it up if you want. But this has a little history with me, and it's not what you think. I've never smelled it, so it's not like I smelled it, loved it, or anything. Um, it was around the time I just started dating my ex, so it would have been around 2000, between 2010, 2000, no, 2011, 2012 ish. And we were out and about, and we were just looking around, and I seen this, and I was immediately my friend from elementary school right up until now, really. But especially back then, he was a year older. He used to love Boss, Hugo Boss, the original Hugo Boss. Even when we were kids, it was old. It was kind of old, you know what I mean? Like it was. But he always liked like Azaro, uh, Royal Copenhagen, which I got to get a bottle of. I should. Um, Boss, like, and what else did he like? Dracar, things like that. So it was old even when we were kids. And he was a teenager. He was 2 years older than me because he was 13. I was 11, almost 12. Anyway, besides the point. Uh, and every time I seen a Boss thing, it always reminded me of him. And this one, for whatever reason, the color of the brown just kind of reminded me of, for whatever, I don't remember, maybe the box was brown. I don't know. But in my memory, it was immediately taken back to being 11, 12 years old in his bedroom and spraying on way too much of classic men's fragrance, even classic back then. Well, back then they weren't considered classic; they were more just considered old. Right? Took another 10 years before being classic. Uh, but it's just a funny little memory. Certain things just spark memories, right? And this is and I've always wanted it, but I could never find. It was always $80. I mean, I could have got it online, I know, but I didn't want to chance it. I just didn't want to chance it. I could never get, there was never anywhere that had a sample or a tester to even spray at the store, which is usually a bad sign. So I'm not expecting much of this. I'm not prejudging, though. I'm not prejudging. This is a legit first impression. I don't know the notes. I don't know what it smells like. I have no idea. I haven't looked this up. It was years ago when I first looked it up. And I for some reason in my mind, I remember it sounding interesting, but I don't remember any notes. Uh, and I've never smelled it. So this is a legit first impression. And it was just a quick little memory. Like I said, sometimes certain things, they may not even be the same thing. Just I think the whole Boss logo and the brown kind of reminded me of that original Hugo Boss that he would wear. So, cellophane junkies. So even if this is no good, or if it is good, but if it's no good, I'm still going to keep it because I'm a nostalgic person. You all know that, and this reminds me of that time. It's not the same fragrance at all. It's just the color and maybe it's the orange that gives. I don't know. But 3 points. Yeah. So that's the box, guys. Again, this is nothing special. I don't want you to think, oh, I know it's cheap and all that stuff, and let's find out. Now, I have seen pictures of the bottle, but I haven't never said. Actually, it's kind of nice. It's really kind of nice. It's like a paned window kind of look to it with metal around it. Cap don't look metal. Cap looks plastic. Oh yeah, the caps are. It's got a little weight to it, but it's probably just cheap plastic with a little weight in it. But not bad. I'm gonna rate the skin. Why not? Let's see how many sprays it takes. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 for the first good spray. Second. I'm not really picking up any orange. There's a red apple in it. I know that because red apple on me for whatever reason is doesn't smell good. My skin kind of gives it a almost a musky, not musty, or not musky, musty, not musky vibe. You know what I mean? Just kind of like damp wood that you pick up that musky smell. That's what, especially cheap red apple and this cheap red apple. Really weak too, though. Holy crap! Myself 4 good sprays of it. A little bit of a hairspray vibe, but that would be the 4 sprays, right? Yeah, there's a vanilla there though. A slight. There's a powderiness. It's definitely a sweet red apple. Like I said, on my skin it gets a little musty. Apple always does for the most part. But this isn't too bad now that I've put on more sprays. The mustiness is kind of maybe I just drowned it out. But is it? But yeah, no, it's got it's not a sweet fragrance. I don't want you thinking it's uber sweet or anything. It's I guess in its day it would have been uber sweet, but by today's standards, it's barely sweet at all, right? But there is a sweet apple in there. It's weak. This fragrance is weak, man. So there's a bit of powderiness in there, some vanilla. I'm picking up a slight smoky vanilla. I don't know if there's kind of wood or an incense or something in this, giving it it's a slight smoky vibe, smoky vanilla. Not bad. There's even a slight creaminess to it. I mean, if you close your eyes, I guess, and imagine, you might get a bit of a orange sickle vibe, the sweet, creamy vanilla kind of vibe to it, but there's no orange in it. I don't care what anyone says. I don't even care what the official notes say. Hugo Boss says there ain't no orange in this. Like I said, it's a sweet red apple with a bit of a smoky vanilla and a powderiness. About what I expected. Honestly, I didn't expect, like I said, you see from my face, I didn't expect anything. I expect to be a little stronger, though. That's kind of weak. I'll wear it, but do a day with it and see if it does perform, because just because it's not right now doesn't mean anything. Gotta wear it right. Yeah, $20. The thing was too is it was, I forgot to say that it was $21.99. But I used $20 in optimum points, so it was like by the time it was done, it was like $5. So, but if $20, I'm gonna save judgment for when I wear it, but it's pretty weak though. Or maybe I'm just going nose blind to it. Maybe I'll stop smelling it for a while and see if that helps. But yeah, anyway, guys, that's my first impression. Kind of sweet apple, red apple, sweet red apple, slightly smoky, powdery vanilla. I mean, I'm not picking up a whole lot more. There's a soft spice there too. I don't know what it is. It smells a little peppery. But that's kind of it. Not bad. I can't see too many people being offended by it. I don't see too many people knocking over. It kind of has a bit of just a slight resemblance to a few, kind of like a Dolce & Gabbana, the one without the booze, which is the main factor. Dolce & Gabbana, the one. So, it's got a slight booze. It's that apple, like I said, the fruit of some kind. It's giving it a bit of a boozy. This is all over the place. I'm gonna have to wear it and find out. I wouldn't recommend it right now until I wear it. So, yeah, it's my unboxing and first impression. I don't know if I like it yet. We'll find out. All right, guys. Peace, love, be good to each other, and be good to yourselves.